you for checking out the Sportsline Podcast. I'm Bubba O'Neil. Well, friends, as you know, it's coming. This podcast is a space to highlight the brilliant athletes, coaches, broadcasters, and sports programs in Southern Ontario. And if you have not noticed, the Golden Horseshoe has become a very appealing and desired region to host high-level events and competitions. Whether it be provincial, national, or international, major events like the Ontario ParaSport Games are a big deal to athletes and the communities that host. This year, the 44th edition of the ParaSport Games will be hosted in the Niagara region with an estimated over 700 participants representing. 11 events will be played and seen in St. Catharines, Thorold, Welland, and Port Colborne. In para ice hockey, the Hamilton Sledgehammers Association are competing, and program executive and head coach Allen Hierlihy is here. Hey, it's been almost, in fact, we kind of timed it out just about a year since we last hooked up here on the Sportsline Podcast. So much has happened. I know the last time we were together, you had been nominated for the NHL's Willie O'Ree Award. You
Yes.
made the final three. Didn't win it, but boy, to be nominated, I mean, how is that, that's that changed you or
me, myself, no, but just getting our sport out there, yes, in the guise of para ice hockey, sledge hockey, so yes.
And it's been a wonderful year for you guys again.
Yes.
I mean, the competition, the season is kind of coming to an end. There is a big competition coming that we're going to get to, but what kind of year did you guys have?
I think Hamilton in general had probably one of the most successful seasons we've had yet. Our competitive team brought home a bronze at the Ontario Finals. Our junior developmental team brought home a silver. Hamilton was represented in a lot of tournaments this year. We went down to the Bell Capital Cup. It was the first time they've had sledge hockey in that tournament, and we ended up taking the gold for that one as well. So, and yeah, it was a very successful year for Hamilton.
You know, and what I really appreciate is the fact that you talked about the sport growing, and that it's growing with people like yourself working hard to get, coaches and executives and volunteers out.
Yes.
But the athlete pool is growing as well.
Yes, it is. We have these Try It Sledge Days where we get people to come on out for the first time, and once they get in a sled, you see it. They love it. So then we get them signed up and get rock and rolling. So. And
again, these are kids,
kids right up to grown adults can come and play it. It's
amazing to me. And when they're first out there, I mean, are you seeing fear? Do they need coaching? How does that all?
A lot of nervousness at first, but once you get them out there, and it's hockey, right? It's whatever your disability is, the minute you get in a sled, you're a hockey player, and you see it. It's especially parents watching it. It's awesome. So
I think it is really outstanding. And what I really appreciate is the fact that I've seen this all around the National Hockey League, and we have like the Ottawa Senators. They are inviting athletes to their practices, and I mean, I gotta believe that is for someone like you're an athlete and a Brady Tkachuk comes along. What an amazing feeling that must be to be on the ice with NHLers.
Yeah, it is. It is. We don't get too many that come our way this way. We do some stuff with the NHL alumni. Mm-hmm. So we get a couple of those guys in sleds. They've got to experience. So that's kind of fun and stuff.
What is the community response like?
The community response is fantastic to the parts of our community that know about us. Mm-hmm. There is still a lot of people that just don't know that we're here and what sledge hockey is. So we just keep doing community events, keep getting our name out there, and let our social medias grow. And yeah.
And what about the coaching level? You were so heavily involved in. I mean, again, are people out there saying, "Yay, this is something for me that I want to follow up on"?
I think so. It's just like coaching any sport. When you kind of make a little bit of a difference and you see the reactions that some of the players have to their coach, and it's a good feeling.
And I think for you, the best part is that. And maybe the why you got involved, as we talked about in the first time we chatted, you have a child that's involved, and
yes.
it's a special thing for you to have that contact.
Absolutely, it's kind of like I don't know. You kind of give your child every opportunity they can to grow in the sport that they have. So
And how many years has it been now?
He's in his 9th season. Yeah. So he's 15, turning 16. But yeah, it's fun to watch. He's come a long way. He's worked very hard. So.
And that's what I was going to get to. Like, I mean, have you noticed an increased love for the sport? And maybe earlier there was kind of like the feeling I'm doing this with Dad, but now, as you said, 9 years. You're doing it because you love it, I guess.
This year, last couple of years, it's really it's his love, right? And it's can't get in the way of that. That's awesome.
Fair to also say that there's a certain amount of relationships that can be built, and maybe
absolutely.
for yourself as well too on the coaching level, but also within the kids.
These kids, they're lifelong friends. Like some of these, like they've all grown up together. Some of them have already played 10 plus years together, and they're only 18 years old. So it's fun to watch them grow. They have this little rat pack. It's kind of fun to watch them go, and the parents are awesome. Like it's just, that's the best part. We got a good group of kids, good group of parents. You can't go wrong.
You talk about the parents, but parents, I'm sure, are involved in the fact that there's a Hamilton Sledge Hockey Association. I think you guys call yourselves the Sledgehammers.
Yes, we do.
Right? Again, the executive aspect of it, I mean, how much work has got to go into getting everyone involved? There's
quite a bit of work. We have an amazing group behind the scenes that just, everybody does their part, and it's great. It's all for the kids. It's all for the athletes. It's all for the game, and then the rest is just falls into play. You know what I mean?
Can I just say the city of Hamilton and their involvement? I mean, is it something that you have to push to them, or?
Yeah, we do need a lot of help. We find we advocate a lot for our sport. Okay. And there's avenues there. It's just it's trying to harness them, I guess you could say. So.
Well, as long as everyone's out there, I think it's so important. And when you take a look at what these kids are doing, and I think when you talk to the kids, when you talk to the coaches like yourself, there's a certain importance. And I talked about the friendships and the relationships, but there's a certain amount of aspect of being physically active for some of these athletes and getting out there and all that comes with it.
Everything that comes, and it's like you said, being just physically active. You get your wheelchair bound, stuff like that. But once they get on the ice, they're moving, and it's fun to see them, and you watch them grow too, right? So,
Great for you as well too. Hey, Ontario ParaSport Games. Tell me a little bit about this competition.
Okay, so this year it's being held in Port Colborne. It's a 4-team tournament. This year it is the intermediate C or intermediate C-B level, so it's going to be quite fast hockey. There's Hamilton, Niagara, Mississauga, and London are the 4 teams that are in it. So.
Would these be teams that you would see on a normal basis throughout the season?
Yes, and some teams do have a few players that have come in to join them just to help with roster sizes and stuff. But for the most part, it is generally the cores of each team. So.
And you yourself, your squad, and your organization, what we didn't know is that there's multiple levels of the sport being played.
Yes, so we have our junior developmental, which is 5 to 15. Non-contact, and then we have our open rec, which is any age non-contact, but we like to see 15 and up if possible, just to try and fill the numbers. And then we have our intermediate C level team, which is full contact. We would like to see us grow into an A division team with a C, but that's down the road. So
in this particular competition, who would be playing?
A lot of our C level, higher level players.
So higher level players right now. Yeah. Now, in this situation right now, I mean, I guess it's one thing to play in the league, and I want to look at it from the professional hockey. It's one thing to be playing in the regular season, but the playoffs is what it's at. And in a competition like this, there could be bragging rights.
Oh, there's lots of bragging rights. So a lot of these kids on the different teams, they all know each other. So the hockey talk has already started, so it's kind of fun to watch that, and it's good to know like you can get out there and play against some of your friends and stuff, but at the same time, like they want to win. I know a lot of our players are very excited for a lot of them. It's their first time in the ParaSport Games too. So
and as I said, when you say first time, what I didn't know is that you're not just traveling from Hamilton to the Niagara, Port Colborne region. This is a road trip for these guys.
Oh yeah, it's they put the players and the coaching staff at the dorm at the Brock University, and then it's catered to the athletes. The whole event. There's the opening ceremonies on Friday night, and then just everything that comes along with the weekend. It's kind of all geared towards the players. So.
And what's wonderful about that is the fact that there could be other physically challenged athletes playing different sports where that connection happens and making this such a great, wonderful event.
Yeah, with the 11 events that's out there, it'd be nice to see. You might not see a sport before, and you might want to try it. So,
do you see that crossover?
We do quite a bit where some people are interested, they just want to try it, and we always say just come out, get in a sled and try it. So.
I'm so impressed. I mean, just looking at this visual right now, the fact that these guys are so incredibly talented, and tell me, they must love the fact that they have crowds watching them.
Absolutely. Anytime these guys can play in front of they amp it up just a little bit more. So,
biggest complaint from the kids?
Probably at practice when I don't let them hit as much as they want to.
How do you control that level of? At some point, I'm sure it's aggression.
Oh, it's pure aggression. Like our team is a young team. We're 15 to 20 years old, so you got to sit on that sometimes to harness it. But yeah, that's probably the biggest complaint is when I tell them to stop beating each other up. So,
do you find are they hockey fans?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Diehard.
Right, so they're into it. So when they see particular, I don't know, a Deke or something like that, or the Michigan or something that, are they trying to pull off the same moves?
We have some players that they spend the whole time just trying this Michigan, and when it gets pulled off, it's awesome to see. But yeah, no, it's fun. Like it gives them something to try, right?
Now, what I would like to actually try one day, and one day I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out, you guys, and I promise you, one day, this may be 5 years from now, but I'm coming out one time. I would like to be the goalie in this.
Done deal.
How that? Okay, we can just imagine what it's like being on the sled.
Yep.
We've seen several some shots of it here. Yep. Being out there playing, shooting, passing, in essence, scoring. I mean, because you see it more than I have. Yeah. What's it like to be the goaltender in this sport?
So the goalies, it's different. I think, goalie in any sport, you're crazy already. But no, with goalies, they can sit somewhere somewhere the goalie pads on the legs. Some sit cross-legged. Like it's all up to your preference. Right. But at the same time, these guys can shoot. They can shoot the puck. So I think it's got to be a little bit tricky sitting back there. I can't say I've ever tried it. So,
are they wearing different equipment than the rest?
It's mostly the same goaltender equipment, and then what they do is on the trapper we put like a spike strip. Okay. So they're able to kind of shove themselves along the ice, and their goal stick still has the spike on the end and the toe, or the heel. Sorry.
You're right. That's got to be a maddening position.
It's I don't know how they pull it off, but. Yeah.
When you play, the rules, obviously are slightly adjusted for people that are playing in the sleds. But in terms of the regular rules of hockey, what are the differences?
Not really much. It's still the same. Icings, all the hockey rules are
period
still the
length.
Same. Period length. We play 15-minute periods.
Wow.
Yeah. It's basically all the same rules. It's just more of with sledge. It's a lot of geometry. It's a lot of angles.
Right. So if 3 15-minute periods, I'm just looking at that, and I don't know if I could last 2 minutes in that sled, playing outside the position. You yourself have done it.
Oh yeah.
How difficult is it?
It's
for an able-bodied athlete.
To me, it's the hips and the core is where it gets you. When these guys go out and skate for a few hours at a time, it's impressive. They're athletes.
So you're playing when?
We have a game Friday at noon at the Vail Center, or Vail Health and Wellness Center against Niagara. Saturday morning at 10:45 versus London, and then at 3:45 versus Mississauga. And then Sunday, 9 o'clock is for bronze, and 11:30 is for the gold medals.
So basically a round robin, and I guess
wherever you finish, that's where your seating is.
Right.
So,
are you going to win the gold?
I would like to see us win the gold. It'd be awesome.
Well, I certainly hope you do, and good luck in this competition. It sounds like so much fun. fun. And I think, as I was saying previously, the fact that you're doing this on not just on a regular league basis, the league games, but playing against other teams in the province.
Oh, yes.
That's outstanding. But actually, one more thing. If you win Ontario, does that get you to the Nationals or anything? Or?
No. This is just a full-on bragging rights kind of a tournament. So.
Well, I'll take one of those.
It'll be like
those medals. Anyway, congratulations. I hope you guys win. Let me know what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again for joining us. Hey, that's your Sportsline podcast for the day. And if you've just seen and heard, we love talking sports. Look what's happening down in Niagara. Let's support those athletes, folks. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline podcast, do want to hear from you. Please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. And if you have something to say, we'd appreciate your comments, as always, for the outstanding people that make the Sportsline podcast possible every day, folks. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.